define several shades of colors because a computer screen supports millions of colors. You cannot name the colors because several shades we want. Suppose I have red. In red, I want light red, dark red, like that. In that case, hexadecimal allows you to mix the colors and create a color. Actually, how to write hexadecimal, I will tell you a simple point. Generally, in hexadecimal, so the color code starts with an hash, and you have to first write red color, green color, and blue color into characters. What are those two characters? I will tell you. Red value, green value, blue value, because all colors in computing system, they are mixed with red, green, and blue. So every shade of color comes from these three combination. You can write, so with here, this is 6 characters code with hash. So 6 character codes additionally hash, that is totally 7. In that way, you can get more colors. You can use hash RGB also. That means 3 characters also you can use. But 3 characters, you will get only less number of shades. And remember, red value can be from 0 to, it can be 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. After that, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, E, F, like this. That means, so red value, green value, blue value. Every color value can be from 0 to red, green, also same. So blue also same. It can be 0 to this. 0 is minimum. That means 0 means minimum. So this is the minimum color and this is the maximum color. This is the maximum color. That means the color range can be from 0 to F. 0 to F. Remember, this is the order. 0, after that 9. So, and after 9, A, B, C, D, E, F. So that means red value, green value, blue value can be up to 0 to F. 0 is the minimum. F is the maximum. For example, so you don't need to ask which code for which color. You write by yourself, you will get it. For example, if I written like this, hash, so 0, 0, first red, then FF, 0, 0. Which color I will get? This is the code for which color? So this is the code for which color? So which color we will get as the code? So which color? Very good, right? So we will get green color, right? So why? Because first 2 values, red value. Red is 0. And green, second place is green place. Second place is green place. And third place is blue place, right? Red, green, and blue place. Yes, what is your doubt, Prashant? You have any doubt, Prashant?
No.
Yes.
No, sir.
Huh?
No.
Why you raised your hand then?
Sir, unmute नहीं था मेरा. Unmute नहीं था ना.
Unmute नहीं था. क्या चाहिए? डाउट है?
नहीं.
राइज हैंड राइज क्यों किया फिर?
Sorry, sir.
Right. So here, this is red, green. You can write in another way. In a 3-character code, how to write? In a 3-character code, how to write it? Tell me. In a 3-character code, how you can write it? In a 3-character code, it should start with hash 0F0. Understood? Yeah, very good, right? That is how we can write. If I can use a 6-character code, more shades will come. 3 characters code will shorten the logic, but more shades will not come. If you think that that shade is enough for you and it comes with 3 characters, better use 3 characters because it will improve the space. It will improve the space. Even a character size reduced also, space will increase. So that is very important. That's the reason we have to use it, right? We can use this. So we can use these characters and we can configure them. So depending on, so suppose, so you have written like this. That means the code, how you can give the color. Let's keep a simple option here. Let's remove all this and write a font and put a heading and welcome to HTML. Okay, some option defined there. Now for this, I will use the color is equal to, I am defining here hash. So 00FF00. And this will lead to the color. So it will get the color, the page. We need to run this here. And this is to get us the green color and display for that particular content. It is going to display that and show. So that is the color combination we have used. That is the green color. Now, very important is we can add the shades combination for that. We can add the shade combination for that. That means, for example, here I will change. Suppose blue value I am increasing. Like suppose blue value. So some DD like this I written. Then automatically you can see the blue value will increase in that shade. Suppose I want to reduce the blue value. That means I will use some 1 like this I can write. That means blue. In green only, shade you can increase. Suppose I am adding 5, that is the blue increasing, then green shade will be little bit changing. Very little change in the shades. Suppose I say AA, then you can see the more blue will be added to that green. I am increasing the red value also AA, and you can see the red value increases. So red value is increasing and the rest of 2 values I will give 0, 0. Then you can see that becomes the red combination, dark red. I will use here FF. FF is the brightest red. So it will give the bright red. So suppose I am giving as so AA, then you can see the red color will be like this. I'm giving like 99. So the red color will be like this. It will be like this. Shades, hundreds of shades, millions of shades of colors you can mix. You can use 3 character on this. So for example, I am using FF like this. That means all are bright. If all are bright, it will be white color actually. If all are bright, it will be white color. Suppose all are dark, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, all are dark. Then all are black on. All are dark. So you want blue color. So then FF here, then blue color will come. Combinations we can use. By using, suppose I can write like this, FA, that means blue shade will little bit decrease. So I said F0, then blue shade will little bit decrease. We can write increase or decrease the blue shade for that. That combination is important. So you can change according to your requirements. So, and a lot of shades will be there. You can apply the shades. So others, Generally, what website developers do is, generally website developers, they can actually, they generally uses color mixers. They can go online. You see, you can visit online. Online, so many websites will give them. So you can Google online, you can Google for Hexa mixer. So right means Hexa code mixer. It is available in so many softwares. So online also it is available. So Hexa decimal mixer, Hexa color mixer. You see, Hexa color mixer is provided by so many online softwares. So you can select that. You can select that color mixer, and online a color mixer will come. You can mix the colors. You can choose the colors, and that shade code they will give here. You can copy that shade code and you can apply. You can copy the shade code and you can apply. That means you can mix a lot of colors combinations here. Which shade you want, you can mix it. That shade will come. You can pick that shade. And based on that, you see the codes will come. You can apply that and you can use. Generally, website developers use such things. You can try. Such mixers you can create with JavaScript. Later in JavaScript, you will learn. You can create your own color mixer. That will be more easy. So we can manage that, right? Initially, this is how we can define the colors. Later in CSS, you will learn other combinations, RGB, and RGBA like combinations. As of now, color name or hexa code. Understood everyone? Understood everyone how to give the hexa codes, right? So you can use 3 characters or you can use 6 characters presiding with hash. That is the basic color codes, how you can manage and how you can define, right? So this is color combinations for anything. Background color also you can give in the same way. In CSS also you can write the same. But in CSS additionally some more options will come. We can apply them. So this is font. So font have face, size and color. Next important, we have bold, we have italic. So underline, superscript and the subscript. These are all font related effects. These are all font related effects. So generally we have bold, italic and underline, superscript, subscript. But here 2 options will be there. Bold you can apply with B tag. There is another tag, strong. Both will give bold, but when to use B and when to use strong. Generally, strong is used in review mode. Review mode means already somebody designed the page. After designing the page, they sent to you. So you are superior to him. You have to identify the problems. And if you want to do some changes, you can make those changes. And when you are making the changes in an existing document and you want to highlight any change, then you have to use the word strong so that our developers can understand that these are modified. So while designing, we use bold, but while reviewing, we use strong. Reviewing means already it is designed, we are making some changes and we have to tell our previous developers that these changes we are making. So to tell them, we have to use this strong. So that is the reason in many interviews they ask this question, why you have bold and strong? What is difference? There is no difference, both looks the same. For example, here, I am writing the word here, bold, B. This is bold. And I am using strong. So that is also strong. And you can see that bold and strong, both appears the same. So bold and strong, both appear same, no change. Bold and strong, both appear same. So then why you have two options for the same? Because first time when we are designing and it is final, so it should be B, bold. If you are making any changes in that and you have to tell the developer that I have made these changes, that we call reviewing. In that review mode, you have to use this strong. Now, developer will identify that, okay, this is modified and it is very urgent, or that means priority also will be there. If they say strong, that means I have to immediately modify, I change this. Then what our developers will do is they will remove this and they will keep it in bold again. So we will not leave directly strong. We will change them and we will keep them into bold. So, but how to tell the developers that this is changed? For that, we use the word strong actually. We use the word strong. So in design mode, to highlight, you have to use bold. Finally, while publishing also, you have to use B only. For bold, always use B. If you are a developer and you are reviewing the design created by somebody, and you have to tell him that these changes need to be made again, then we have to do that with the strong. So that is the reason, strong. We have two options, bold and strong. We have bold and strong. So both looks same, bold, strong. Similarly, for italic also, we have I italic. And for italic, you have EM. EM is also italic. We call emphasize. Emphasize. You can see both look same. Italic and emphasized both look same. Then why you have two options? One is design, another one is in review. Which one you have to prefer using? So bold or strong, italic or emphasizing. So that depends on in which mode document is designed. Is it in review mode or is it in design mode? If it is in design mode and publish mode, use bold. If it is in review mode, then you have to keep it with strong and emphasize. So for bold, italic, you have two options. Italic I and EM is emphasized. This is in review mode. So I hope everyone understood difference between them, because this is regularly asked question. Why you have two options for the same? So which one we have to use in review mode? To highlight which one we have to use in review mode? To highlight which one we have to use in the review mode? Strong and emphasized. Yeah. Finally, which one is recommended for highlighting? Which one is recommended for highlighting? Bold and italic, right? Bold and italic are recommended for highlighting. That means while finally publishing, right? Good. And for underline also same. So U for underline and INS also underline. Strikeout also same. We have a strikeout. Strikeout is strike is for strikeout and del is for deleted. Deleted, strikeout, both are same. For example, you see, so suppose I'm writing here U, this is underline, and INS is inserted. Both will look same. So both will look same, underline and inserted. One is in design mode, another one is review mode. Similarly, we have options like del. That means we have del. So strike is to strike out. Suppose I said 45,000. So this is the price. So that means and strike. And you see that will be defined with strikeout effect. And I need to display. So del also same. Del. This is same like strikeout. You can see both are same. So why you have two options for the same concept? That is because of the review mode and design modes. So depending on the situation, we have to use them. So we have to use strike or del underline this. So we have bold, italic, underline, inserted, so strike, strikeout. These are very regular, very commonly used in websites, right? I will give one task also based on that. You have to design it. So superscript, SUP is superscript and subscript is SUB. So superscript means raise from baseline. That means I said a 5th anniversary, something like this. And you can see that it will be like this. TH must be raised from the baseline. Then here we have to use TH. So that is superscript TH. That means that TH will be raised from the baseline. That is what actually superscript is. It will raise from the baseline. That is superscript. And similarly, lower from the baseline, then subscript. That means I am writing like H2O. Lower 2 must be lowered from the baseline. It should be lowered from the baseline. Then I can keep that in so subscript. So that 2 characters, so that I have to define in subscript, and that will be displayed lowered from the baseline. These are all general font related options. That means text effects: bold, italic, underline, strikeout, superscript, subscript. Big mathematical formulas you cannot do like this. For that, you need to understand later so many options that you will learn during other options, like while dealing with JavaScript and CSS bootstraps. I will tell you how to handle mathematical formulas and other options. For that, we need third parties. We cannot directly implement them. So initially, superscript, subscript, strikeout, these are basically used options in the designs. This is very regular for highlighting our contents, highlighting the contents. So these are options for text formatting. Next, important after understanding these options, these are simple and regularly used options. Regularly we deal with these options and define those options, right? Yes, Jayant, what is your doubt?
Yeah, hello, sir.
Yes.
So what is actually that design and review means? Actually, I did not get that.
Design means you are preparing the design.
Okay.
Review means after you design, somebody is verifying what you have written is according to requirement or not.
Okay.
That is English review. Okay. In English, that is general English only. Don't think some special software concept. Huh?
Okay. Thank you.
In English review, you know, na?
Yeah.
The same word. Huh?
Okay.
Right. So this is basically how the point is. So when we are reviewing the document, some options we have to, when you are designing we have to use other options, right? The technical point, how we can manage and how we can work. I hope everyone is clear. Understood difference between review and design. Huh? There is no doubt inside it, right? So that means you are preparing, somebody will be reviewing it. This is basic how we can create. Next, important. So after understanding the formatting of text, we need to know how we can handle images in HTML. So we have learned paragraphs, headings, block codes, ordered list, unordered list. How we can keep images. Generally for images, so we have an option IMG. This is a tag. IMG is a tag used for images. And generally, when we are using images, HTML will not support, that means browsers will not support all type of images. Images will be so many types. HTML will not support all type of images. What are the major type of images supported by HTML? HTML supports .jpg. Actually, JPG type. Remember, here one technical point is there. You should know, when you are learning about images and others, you should know a word called MIME type and extension. Extension. Generally, suppose if I ask you a question, what will be the extension of file saved in MS Excel? Can you tell what will be the extension of file saved in MS Excel? .xls. Okay, good. Actually, it can be .xls, .xlsx, xlsx. It can be like .csv, and more than 20 extensions are there for Excel. There are more than 20 extensions. You know, after all, only one or two. Understood? There are so many extensions. There are so many extensions. So the point here is, generally, when you are dealing as a developer, when you are dealing with it, you should know that. So under one software, files have so many extensions. CSV is comma separated. CSV means comma separated file. Excel has so many extensions. So that means you see when I open like Excel, MS Excel. And in MS Excel, suppose I am trying to open trying to save some file. And it will ask save as. Under save as, so many extensions will come. Now, as a developer, so extension is important. At the same time, you should know about the MIME type also. MIME means multi-purpose internet mail extensions. Multi-purpose internet mail extension, MIME type. We call it as actually media type. Generally, you see, suppose I have Excel. In that, I have some file. I am saving it. Let's save it. When I am trying to save this file, you can see that some location I am trying to save that. And you can observe that at the bottom, it will give save type as. And you can see how many types are there. That means more than 20 types of extensions are there. Different extensions can be given for that. So these are all types on. Then if anybody asked you, so how to access all Excel files, then how many extensions will you use? So then as a developer, generally what we do is, we will not tell all the 20 extensions. We will tell the MIME type. And the MIME type of Excel will be something like this, like application/MS Excel. MS Excel. So for PDF files, so that is the reason. For example, if I say JPG, you know JPG. You know JPG files can have lot of extensions. JPG files can have lot of extensions. Do you know JPG files can have extension like .jpg, .jpeg, .jfif, .pjpeg, JPEG, like .pjp. These are all JPG extensions. You know only one or two extensions. Then what developer will do is, developer identify the files by their MIME type. MIME type. That means the MIME type is image/jpeg. Under this MIME type, so many extensions will present. So a MIME type contains several extensions. You have to remember this point. So MIME type contains several extensions. All are related to same, but different extensions may be there for different situations actually. So generally, when you are dealing with HTML, first you should know what are the MIME types supported in HTML, what are the MIME types and what are the extensions. You cannot use all type of images because images are so many types. You cannot use all type of images. You can use only few images, like we can use PNG. So APNG, .apng, like you can use .jpg, JPEG, .jpjpg. So, and we can use like .svg, .jiff, that means JFIF. So you can use like .pjp, you can use .gif. These are all the extensions. In the notes, I given a table, their full forms, their extensions, and their MIME types. In the notes, you can see in the images concept, I given the full forms. What is PNG, what is JPG, what is GIF, and what are these file types. So most common file types supported, I will give you a simple point. The most common file types supported in HTML, it supports APNG. It will support as AVIF. So we call as AVI. We have GIF. We have JPEG. We have PNG. And we have SVG. We have WebP. Now in interviews, so because in interviews sometimes some questions will come which are very important. Actually, this SVG and WebP are the new concepts which are very much trending now. And in interviews, they ask questions based on these only. So you can use all these images. You can use all these images. So these are all the different image types, supported image types. You can also use BMP. You can also use ICO. You can also use TIFF like images. So these are all different types of images. But these days in interviews, what is SVG? So this is special. This is new type actually. SVG is scalar vector graphics. It is an XML formatted image. SVG is an XML formatted image. And what is the specialty of this XML formatted image is it uses vector graphics. Vector graphics advantage is generally other images are pixel based. And this is not pixel based, this is vector based. Vector based advantage is vector based graphics will not lose the quality. So when you are zooming the image, more quality will come. So generally you will see this SVG mostly used in architectural diagrams, they will give small diagram, but when you zoom it, more content will be loading. And you will see regularly this in Google Maps. Google Maps is completely SVG. It is completely SVG. In Google Maps, you see when you zoom, the more quality will come, more contents will be loading on it. So you are zooming and the quality will be more improving and more content will be loading actually. So that is, those images are SVG images. We call them as SVG. It is XML format images. What is advantage of XML format images? XML format images cannot be infected with virus, and XML format of images, so they can flow through the firewalls. Firewalls cannot block. You know, firewalls are security for your computer. Am I right? You know Windows firewalls, no? You know Windows firewalls, right? Firewalls will prevent suspicious. If you don't know, you should know. That is general computer knowledge. That's the reason when people ask, what I have to know. So before starting this, at least basic computer operation you should know. You should know minimum Windows operating. You should know basic mouse operating, keyboard operating. Without knowing a general awareness, so it is very difficult for you to fit as a software engineer, because you should know at least general things, not technical. These are all general things. People have to explore and learn how to use Windows and all this. Technical things you will learn here. So the point is, when you are using Windows, in your Windows, to prevent suspicious files copying into your computer, Windows firewalls will be there. They will protect. And firewalls will block images. We have to flow through the firewalls. XML can flow through the firewalls. So SVG is very popularly asked in interviews. Remember this. One more is, generally, when you are dealing with WebP is the latest one. WebP so is the latest format. And what is the advantage of this WebP is, actually this is web page. That means it is an image, but you cannot save. You cannot save. So this is more protected actually. If you try to save, it will save entire page, not only the photo. That's good. These days in shopping websites, you will see such things. In shopping websites, you will see that. In shopping websites, you will see that. Already I told you, now, are you sleeping, Jayanta Mehato? Are you sleeping? Are you sleeping? Where SVG images are used, I told you, practically in real world where they are used, I told you. Are you sleeping in the class? You are asking again where they are used. Right? Already I told you where they are used, how to use those images. You will learn. For that you have to wait. Don't get excited, Jayanta Mehta. Don't get overexcited. Wait till I tell the concept. I am telling about images type. You are telling how to put image, how to see practically. Don't be so silly in the class every time, okay? Right, we are learning about the types. We are going to use them. Why you are so excited about that? Huh? You are wasting the class time. Okay, right. We are going to see them, right? We are going to learn how to use them. We are just learning before that, what are these? Don't be so foolish every time, okay? Don't waste the time hereafter. So technically, we are now discussing what are the types supported. How to use these images, we are going to learn. So why you are so much excited before that? Right. So these are the points. Different image types supported. Various image types supported. Now, the key concept here is when you are dealing with images. WebP and SVG. You will see WebP in several websites, like when you go into the shopping sites, like let me take you the shopping site somewhere here. So we need to check different shopping sites where you have some Amazon, right? And you can see some photos on the shopping sites, not everything. In that case, what they do is, so they will keep in a format so that we cannot save those images. So save those images. We can just only see them. You cannot save the image formats. So we are trying to save that images. Save as. So we are trying to save this image with a right click. I am trying to save, and you can see that this is WebP. This is WebP. So you can see that web page single file. This is the WebP format. It is not JPG or PNG. It will not allow. That means entire page is saved, not only the photo. So this is the point. This is the concept. This is WebP format. Every image will not be like that. Depending on the requirement, they have to use that. So this is WebP type. WebP type. Usually what is the advantage of that is we can configure and we can define according to the situations. So these are all various image formats. Now, the point is how these images are created. As a UI developer, these images we will not design. These images are created by whom? So these are designed by so Photoshop expert. That means Photoshop expert. You know, I hope many people know softwares like Photoshop, Illustrator. Understood? Right? Photoshop, Illustrator, and like Corel Draw. These are all DTP softwares. That means now, for example, you are developing a website. Now, when you are developing a website, now in that website, so you need a banner, an advertisement banner. You need to create a banner. So we need to design a banner. Then that banner contains combination of lot of photos, effects, and so many things. Then who will prepare these images? That means, so JPG, PNG, SVG, so and various types of other GIF, all these image formats, image types. Who will prepare this image? Who will prepare images? Prepare images. Who will prepare images? You will not prepare images. You will not prepare images. So you will use images. You will use images in website. Who will prepare these type of images? So that is the work of DTP operator. So we have experts in image editing. These people will design those images. Now I think you got little bit clarity, Jayant Mehta. You got clarity, huh? How to prepare a JPG image, I have to tell now. What do you say? How to prepare a JPG, PNG images, GIF images. That is not our job. Understood? Right. That means these images types, these image formats are designed by DTP people. So that means DTP people will design them and they will give you those images. So for example, so you are visiting some Amazon, that is a shopping site. When you are using this shopping site, in this, suppose so many advertisement banners, this banner is there. Now, is this banner designed in MS Paint like software? Is this banner designed in MS Paint like softwares? We use more professional photo editing softwares like Photoshop, Illustrator, CorelDRAW. That means this is DTP operator's job. He will design these images and banners and gives to the developers. Now, developers will tell how much width, height they need. That means developer will tell the size, image sizes, how much width and height they need. And based on that, he will design according to his space size. Then we need to bring these images and save them. So that is the point. So technically, you can prepare this when you have a knowledge of such softwares. That is all DTP related. So these all image formats are for the people who are designing images. You have to know, because you have to tell them that I need this type of image. Generally, as a developer, so you should know when to use JPG, when to use PNG, when to use GIF. So you need to know that concept. That's very important. So for example, suppose you are providing image to show on screen and download. So download and download so that they can use that after downloading. That means you are providing an image to show on screen and download with high quality. In that case, the image PNG is better. Because but the problem with PNG is it occupies more space. But we will not ask them to watch on the screen. We will ask them to download and use it. For that, even if it is having more space, no problem. They can download and they can use it. So it is a high quality image suitable for on-screen watching and downloading also. On download also, it will keep that quality, but it occupies more space. So that is the reason, if you want image to show only on screen with good quality, then which image is better for you? JPG is better. So that means you want to show some images only on screen. You want to show some images only on the screen. And you don't want to download or provide for the downloading and using it. Then we will use JPG. Remember, JPG is a compressed image format. So 80% of size difference will come. Same photo, PNG and JPG, you will see that. So 80% size is compressed in JPG. So that means, for example, in PNG, if the file is 1 MB, if the file is 1 MB, now in JPG, it will be only 20 KB or 200 KB. Right, good. Right, 200 KB. Because 1024, na? Because 1024 kilobytes is equal to 1 megabyte. So 1 MB. It will be 200 KB. That's good. That means it has a good quality and it improves that. So developer have to use the images. For example, if you want to design image to show as bullet or logo with less colors, then you can go with GIF. GIF will occupy less colors. GIF will give you less colors. It will not provide more colors. GIF is less colors. And the GIF advantage is GIF can be animated also. It can have animation, but GIF will support only 256 colors. Suppose you want to create a bullet symbol, you have to create a logo. So then you can create with, because they are very small size. Already we saw bullets, they are very small size. So for that, we don't need more colors. So color quality will be reduced in GIF. And GIF can have animated also. That is the image types. And if you want image to show with good quality, so even after zoom, so then which one is the best one? So SVG, very good, right? So SVG is vector graphics. And if anyone asked which one is an XML formatted image, XML formatted image also SVG only. XML formatted also SVG only. Okay, right? Yeah. And how to embed image with the page so that it will not allow to separately download. What do you say? For that, which format is there? We have to use WebP. Yeah. So generally, image concept is very simple, very small, but very few people know all these details as images, because generally people think image means IMG tag. That's it. And browse some photos on internet, download them, and put them in the website. It's not like that. A web developer should know the reason why he is using JPG, when to use JPG, when to use GIF, when to use SVG. These are very important. And we don't design images. So that is the job of our DTP operator. We will ask him which format of image we want, he will do it. And we have to use those images and define them, right? That is what actually this. SVG, I will tell you. For that, we need to learn JavaScript. SVG, Canvas, I will tell you. For that, we need JavaScript knowledge. With JavaScript only, we can draw SVG type images with coding. We need to do that, right? And these images, other format of images, we regularly use according to the situation and different requirements. We will work with them actually. So this is important point to understand. Now you understood what type of image is suitable. Once you know what type of image is suitable, you can handle that. 1 second. Okay, so here we have this PNG format of images and dealing with PNG image, right? Now, very important is JPG, PNG, GIF, all these are according to requirement. Now let's how to put these images now, IMG. IMG is a tag which is used for images, right? How you can handle the images. Now again, don't send me paragraphs. Huh? Harish, right? Who are you? Yes, tell me what is your doubt. Don't give me lengthy questions. Talk.
हेलो
Yes.
सर आपने तो थोड़ी देर पहले कहा था कि जो आपने अमेज़न पर वो इमेज दिखाया था जूम करके
हाँ
हाँ तो वहाँ एक्सटेंशन वेब पी था सर तो image to show with good quality even after zoom then we use SVG then
how many levels of zoom was there?
Don't know sir.
Only one level. Huh?
Okay.
Only one level zoom, na? We don't need to zoom much. That is the reason I told you Google Maps. Huh?
Yes, sir.
In Google Maps, we go multi levels of zooming, right?
Yes, sir.
One level of zooming, you can use JPG file also. Understood? Huh?
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Right. So don't think that zooming means just one level of zoom. So then every image can be zoomed. Every image can be zoomed. But when you continuous goes on zooming that image, so up to how many levels it can keep the quality, right? That is important. And that is suitable only for which kind of format of images? That is suitable only for which format? Now don't think that, remember, I think you misunderstood. I think many of you people may be thinking like, we cannot zoom PNG images, huh? What do you say? Are you thinking like that? We cannot zoom PNG, we cannot zoom JPG. Are you thinking like that? Right? Right. That's not the point. You can zoom them, but how many levels of zooming, even after those many levels of zooming, the quality is still there or not? That is important. Huh? That is the key point. Right. Every image format is zoomed. So don't think that. So I have shown here SVG zooming means other formats cannot zoom. Other formats also can zoom, but up to certain levels. After that, quality will reduce. Now, how to embed the image? To embed the image, we have to use the tag IMG. So IMG with some important attributes. What are the attributes for image? So basic attributes for IMG. First, as I already told you, we keep all the images in our project. So that means the image in our project you will see here. So we have assets. In assets already we have shoe.jpg. Now what we need to do here is we need to add that image. That means here we need to define IMG image. So for image, so what are the attributes available? The basic attribute. So we have basic attribute that is alt. Alt indicates alternate text. Alternate text means when image is unable to load, then it will display this text. So that means you can put an alternative text. Image alt. Alt is equal to, we can put an alternative text. Alternative text, that means here we will say some night casuals. So that is alternative text. That means now when we don't have an image, so then alternate text will be displayed there. The alternate text will be displayed. If image is not present, then alternate text will come here. So why image will not load? So many reasons will be there. Why image will not load? So many reasons will be there. So I will show you various points. Like sometimes what happens is your internet connection is disconnected. So while loading the image, it is unable to load. And sometimes your browser may block images. Our browsers also can block images. When browser is blocking the images, then also it cannot load. Browser may block images. So for example, you see here, so I have Edge. This is Edge. So let's go to the Edge browser settings. Edge or Chrome or any browser, you can go to the settings of that browser. This is the settings. This is the browser settings. In the browser settings, you will have that facility of blocking images. So why we block images? Because due to loading of images, it is taking more time, and we don't want images currently. We want just only plain text content to show. In that case, we can disable them. So we can disable them. That means here we are writing. So see in the search settings, I am searching for images. In the search settings, you can search for images and you will get that images here. And you can see image related settings will come here. And in the image, there is an option show all, and you can block also. You can block the images. So that means you can hide it and show it. If images are blocked, then they cannot open. I will show you. For example, currently it's not blocked. This is alternative text. this text will be displayed only when image is unable to load. How to load image? You can define width and height. Width is 200 pixels. Height is also 200 pixels. We can give width and height, and you can see the image width and height will be when we put an image. I will put an image into this. For that, we need an attribute here. Anywhere you can write src. Source is equal to, it is present in / assets in that shoe.jpg. We have to get that image. And you can see that that image is displayed. When image is displayed, alternate text is not there. We will do one thing. We will block the images in browser. My browser is blocking images. Then you see when I refresh, then alternate text will come. So alternate text will display only when image fails to load. And why image fails to load? So many situations will be there. So many reasons may be there. So when I enabled images again, then it is again displayed. When image is displayed, alternate text will not be displayed. So either this or that. So we have alt, so we have src, so image path we have to define, width, and we have height. Not only that, images have another important option, mostly while working with the images. So you can define title also. Title means it is displayed when mouse pointer is over the image. That means I will keep a title anywhere. So, and I will say some 45% off. So 45% off on so casuals. So like this I define. And you can see that will be displayed when I move the mouse pointer onto it. When the mouse pointer is onto it, we can display that. So that is different, and alternate text is different. Alternate text is different. Both are different points to handle here. So we have alternate text with alt and title for this title option. So we have alt, title, and src, source, width, and height. We also have an option border. So we have align, and we have options like H space and V space. These are basic attributes. Horizontal and vertical space actually. Border is to keep a border for that. Of course, border I can give through styles also. But here you can give border. Suppose how many pixels? 4 pixels border. I defined 4 pixels border, and you see the border will come. Of course, you can give it with the style also. So you can configure with style, or you can define like this. Now the point is when you are dealing with images, so the border, colors, effects, and all you can change accordingly with the styles. You can change everything. Now in the image, when you keep image along with other content, then problem will come. So because image will display only above or below. Suppose I have any paragraph. So I have some paragraph. So below that image, I have a paragraph. I copied some paragraph there. So we have a paragraph, and you can see that will be displayed below. So so you keep it above, it will be above or below, it will display at any one location. At any one location, it is going to display. That means you can remove that. I keep above, and obviously it will be above. So below or above, only 2 positions will be there. But sometimes what we want is we want this image. We want this image beside the paragraph. So right or left to the paragraph. Then generally we can use alignments. Actually, in CSS, you can do anything. I am showing you HTML attributes. In HTML, so we have this facility. Now you can see in HTML, suppose this paragraph is kept below this. And usually the paragraph will be below. And the image, so we will keep as image, we will keep as height, width, up to certain pixels. So 100 pixels. Okay. And you can see that is the image. And for image, I'm giving align to left. Already it is left. But when I give align to left, then it can change the indentation. Now you can see it shows that indentation. You can keep right. Remember, image alignment is supported only to left or right. Only two are supported, left or right. It will not support center alignment. You don't have any center alignment. So that means you cannot keep anything in the center. Image will not come. So either you can give left or right. Then you might have seen images in center also. Of course, we will see that. That is arranged by using different other options. Initially, image will support only this. Image is going to support only this, right? Others, we need to change the alignments and the configurations with CSS. By default, it is having 2. Now you observe here, some space also before and after the paragraph, some space. We can adjust that by using V space. That means vertical space is equal to some 50 pixels. And H space is horizontal space. That means left, right. Vertical is top, bottom. That's also I given 50 pixels. That means you can see horizontal, vertical, some space will come here. You can adjust the space. Horizontal space, vertical space, you can change that. So that means I am just removing this vertical space. Horizontal space is 50 pixels. That means side by side. So it will be like this. You can keep one image left side, one image right side. For example, suppose I have another image. This image I will give as right alignment, align as right, and another image as left. Then you can see that the placement of these images will be in this way. That means left and right alignments we are configuring for these 2 images. And obviously it will be in this way. You can keep the alignments and define the alignments in this. That is H space and V space. These are the basic attributes of image. How we can display image and how you can configure the image. Now, after understanding this, you should know that image have some advanced attributes, but these attributes will not work now. You should know them. Later, they can work when you are using with server-side integration, because we haven't learned any server-side integration. When network-based and server-side accessing is happening, you will find this very important. So what are advanced attributes? These advanced attributes are good to know now, but you cannot practically see them, because for that we need server-side integration. Like one important advanced attribute is CORS. We say cross origin. There is an attribute called cross origin, and it is very regularly used. Later you will see this in scripts and other options also. Cross origin, image. Cross origin, so we have 2 options, 2 values for this. So we have to write use credentials. And credentials. So credentials are spelling, Credentials, use credentials, user credentials, and anonymous. We have anonymous. User credentials and anonymous. These are the options we have. The point here is the user credentials and anonymous. What are the options for this? Actually, what is the meaning of this cross origin is, generally in real-time projects, what happens is when you are developing an application, in real world development process, entire development happens in so many servers actually. It's a very big scenario. I will show you that here, simple basic point. Actually, we have like, so we actually have like, in real world projects, entire development happens on actually 4 servers will be there. We will have several servers, right, like this. So generally, we have here a sandbox server, or we call them as golden server. We generally have 4 servers: development, quality, production, and so many will be there. This is in large scale industries. You can find this large scale companies. You can find this kind of environment usually. So here, so generally we have a development server. Development server. We will have a development server. First we have a sandbox server. This is the development server. We will have the sandbox server and the quality server. Sandbox, development, quality, and production. Quality and production. In real world development products, we will have this. Generally, sandbox is the repository server. So it is the repository server. That means all the library is present here. And as a developer, we build application in the development server. We build application on the development server. But the resources for this application, will come from the resources for the application come from repository server. That means your application is on another server and its resources are coming from another server. After building the application, this application is moved to quality server. In the quality server, we have to test that. And from there, it should move to production server. So the production server is given to the client. That means our client will be accessing our application and using application from the production. He will be using like this. And if he wants any change in the application, we don't directly do that in the production server. So we again come back to the development server, and here we make the changes. Then we send to the testing, quality server, then production. That is the basic scenario how everything happens actually in real world. That means actually the resources are present at one location and we are accessing from another location. So that means from another server. And when resources are coming from another server, then our server may block those resources. Then what we have to do is we have to tell our server that don't block and allow the resource. We need to tell that don't block and allow the resource. Then what we have to do is we can just simply define here. So cross origin as anonymous. Cross origin anonymous indicates that it is allowed from any another server. If I use cross origin, not anonymous, if I use credentials, then it will not load. It will ask the credentials like user ID, password, and it will check them. If the user ID, password, credentials are correct, then only it will load. So this is not only for image, for CSS, for JavaScript. Later, if you are bringing and accessing from other servers, this cross origin is very important. And allow anonymous must be defined. So we have to define anonymous. Anonymous must be defined. You cannot see this happening now. That means practically you cannot see the difference. You just need to know that you have to write this attribute. So later you can see it working when you are working with cross-server resource sharing. In server-side integration, you will see that. So this is very important. So if anybody asked, what is the purpose of cross-origin attribute? What do you say? What is the purpose of cross origin attribute. What will be your answer now? The purpose of cross origin attribute. What is the purpose of cross origin attribute? What will be your answer? Simple, keep it simple. So it allows resources across origin. It allows resources from other servers. Understood? Understood? It allows resources across origin. Okay, na? Right. Cross origin, that is what you have to say. Yeah. There is another important advanced attribute, that is, we have an attribute called decode. Decode is also an attribute. Decode is an attribute. You can see that. So for images, you have another attribute called decoding. Decoding attribute. So decoding is having options. It is having options. Like, so decoding indicates how this image should load along with other content. It can be sync. It can be async. You can use any one, sync or async. Sync means synchronous. Synchronous means when this image is loading, it will not allow any another content to load. All other contents will be stopped. That is synchronous loading. That means when this image is loading, it will not allow any another image to load, any another content to load inside the page. It will block that. That is synchronous. Synchronous means one after another. Asynchronous means so it will load along with others. That means how an image must load in the page. Do you want to block all of them and load it, or you want to load along with others? So mostly what will be the best one? What will be the best one? So mostly which option is the best option that we use maybe regularly? So asynchronous, right? Good. So that is asynchronously how you can manage it. Okay. Yes. So that is asynchronous. That's how we need to configure. Next important here. Yeah, that is one important point. So decoding indicates how it should load along with others. Another point is, another attribute important is we have importance. Importance you can give low, you can give high. These two are importance. If you give low importance, then high importance images will load first. And you can keep auto also, actually, auto. By default, it is auto. Auto means if you don't give importance, it will decide according to the internet speed, according to the image size, according to image location, it will load the images. Sometimes what happens is, suppose I have an advertisement image. An image, this is related to ads. I have my company logo, that is also an image. Now, which one should be given high priority? What do you say? That you decide, that which one you have to give high priority. So that means I will give high priority to this logo. Why? Because I will give high priority to the logo. So why? Because that logo is important for us to show our company detail, company logo. And this we give as low priority. Then it will first load the logo, then the advertisements. If you give both low or if you give both high, then it will decide according to the situation. That means according to its location, according to the speed, according to its size, which one is lightweight, it will load it first. So others will load later. So depending on the situation, now it will decide. So that is, so the option we have importance. Many people who know about images, they don't know all these attributes, but you should know about them. So you should know how to handle and how do we work with this advanced. But these, you cannot see the difference now. So until or unless you integrate with some server-side technology, accessing from another server that you will learn with server-side integrations. You cannot use this now initially. So technically, so basic attributes and advanced attributes are this. So advanced attributes, we have option like cross origin. We have option like we have the option like importance, and we have the option like decoding. These are all three major options, advanced options you need to know. That is image, how you can use the images, how you can configure the images. Now we will use images in various designs. I will give you some exercise. You need to use that. You need to configure that and define it. I will give you some tasks based on this image and content that you have learned. You have to try them. So that is how we can work with image. Next, important. So after understanding images, now we need to know about how to deal with hyperlinks, how we can deal with hyperlinks. So how we can create hyperlinks, how you can configure hyperlinks and work with hyperlinks. Generally, what is hyperlink? Already we know that. So hyperlink is nothing but clickable text, picture or graphic. It is clickable text, clickable picture or graphic. So text can be clickable, picture can be clickable, graphic can be clickable, so that it can navigate the user to specific location on click. That means text can be clicked, picture can be clicked, a graphic can be clicked. Graphic means animation, so can be clicked. When you click on that, it will navigate to specific location. So hyperlinks are mostly used for navigation. And now here important is generally hyperlinks classified into two types. We have intra-document links. We have inter-document links. Intra-document links, inter-document links. Intra-document links means they handle navigation within the page. That means from one location to another location in the page. We call that as intra-document links. One location to another in the page itself, not outside the page. Inter-document means from one page to another. How these two works, we will see. Intra-document and inter-document navigation. Intra-document means from one location to another location in the page itself. And actually, hyperlinks are created by using anchor element. The tag is A. Anchor is used for creating hyperlinks. Both intra-document link or inter-document link is created by anchor. How this handles intra-document navigation? First, I will give you that example. Let's see. So we will create a simple page here for the navigations. So here we will create a page, and I will add like yesterday. So we added this font awesome. This is font awesome. Font awesome is there in our page. So in the head section, we have font awesome. Let's create the page here. Let's create a design here. So we will keep a section area. I will just define header. In the header, so I will put a heading, suppose some Amazon shopping. Okay, and we will keep a section here. In the section, I have a nav, that is the navigation. And we have unordered list. So list item. And here I will use a simple anchor, that is anchor. In that anchor, so that is link, I am giving a span and the class is FA, and FA I will give as a television, TV, FA TV, and I will give the text as electronics, electronics. Similarly, I will add some items. Suppose I defined here footwear. Okay, and for that here I given some shoe prints. Okay, and another option I given here as shirt, t-shirt, t-shirt. Okay, this is for fashion, so something like this, fashion. Okay, this is a navigation bar, and we have the main content. We have the main content. In the main content, we have some paragraphs. We have the paragraphs of information here. Let's copy. So let's copy some paragraph. Okay, and this is paragraph. I will give some heading. So this is heading 2 or 3. We say some home. Okay. Under that home, so we have some paragraphs. Fine. Next, we have another heading. Another heading. So this is electronics. And under that, some paragraphs. Okay. And another heading, footwear. Some paragraphs. We have some paragraphs. And another heading, so like some fashion. Yeah, some paragraphs. And better you keep images also relative to that, that will be better. So in the appearance, suppose I will open the assets folder in Explorer. I will copy that images into that. We are adding some images into this, into assets. Already shoe is there. I will open some more images. So from some full stack, some images in my computer, I will copy these images. Yeah, so like shoe 1, shirt, some speaker, some like jeans, like earpods. Okay, some images are present. Let's paste them here. And let's add those images also. Now let's keep here electronics image. IMG SRC, so assets, some speaker .jpg. So width is 100 and height also 100. Similarly, we have another, this is for earpods. Okay. Similarly, under the electronics, we have footwear. For the 2 different images, like we have shoe and shoe 1. Okay. And for fashion, also 2 images. We have like shirt and we have like some jeans. Okay. Now this is basic one design for the page. That is the design. We have a lot of content here. So home, electronics, footwear, fashion, all these images are present. A lot of images are defined here. Once Okay. So here, now we have all these contents. So these are all the contents to display there. So these are all the contents. Now, what we want is this navigation must be perfectly configured for this. So navigation is important for us. So what we will do here is, let's close this here. These are all the contents. So let's design in a correct format for with our styles. We can do that. First, I will keep a style and in the header. And in the header, I will give some background color. Background color. So as some background dark cyan. Okay. So then color. So let's keep this as white and the text align as center. And we can keep as padding as 5 pixel. And font size or heading is there, so no need of the font. So that is header. So that is the header appearance. So that looks okay. Now what we will do is, so here padding less, because heading it's padding we don't need, because heading itself will have a line break above and below. So padding will give more. We don't need that. That is enough for it. Fine. Now, generally, below this, you see the section. We will create the section. We will divide into columns. So display as grid. Okay. Grid template columns. So one is 3 fractions, 1 column, and 8 fractions, 9 fractions, another column. So 2 columns, so with 3 and 9 fractions, then it will display in this way. That is the option here. We have these contents. Now, one more important is, this is navigation. You can design navigation however you want. So we have unordered list. List style, we will keep as none. That means there will be no list style. And we will keep list item. For list item, I will give as width as 200 pixel. So border as 2 pixel solid. So, and we will keep here another background color as dark cyan and color as white. Okay, padding as some 5 pixel. And margin bottom as some 10 pixel. So that keeps all the list items. So one below another arranged in this way. So we can also keep border radius as 10 pixel. It will give the border radius 10 pixel. Then it is fine. Now it is having this appearance here. Font size, anything you can change now. Now the point is, when I scroll this, what happening is, when I'm scrolling this, so that left navigation is also scrolling. What we can do is, we can scroll only this right area, that is the main area. So we can scroll only the main area, because the right area is the main area actually. What I will do is, for main, I will give height as suppose 300 or 400 pixels. So main height is 400 pixels. And if main height is 400 pixels, that height is 400 pixels, okay. But anything outside that 400 pixel, we will give overflow auto. Overflow auto means automatically a scroll bar will come. If it is more than 400 pixel, a scroll bar will come. Now, what is the advantage of this is, when you are scrolling this, so the navigation left side will be normal. That means the main area is 400 pixel height. You can increase the height. It depends on your requirement. Suppose I say 450 or 470 pixels. Maximum, I told you that 700 will be better. So maximum, right? So, and this is now rest of content, I can scroll like this and your left navigation will be same. Now what should happen is when user clicks on this electronics, footwear, fashion, it should get to the topic there. Then what you can do here is you can see that home is a heading. All are heading only, heading 3. Then how to identify these headings? All are heading 3 only. To identify these headings, for every heading, you can give an ID. Not only for heading, for paragraphs, for headings, for divs, for spans, for any element, you can give ID for ordered list, unordered list, anywhere. So I can give an ID. ID is home. Okay. For this ID is electronics. Okay. And remember, IDs are case sensitive, capitalization matters. We have to refer them exactly in the same way. Footwear. And another ID is fashion. We are giving ID for this headings. Now what should happen is when user clicks on this electronics link, this is electronics link. When user clicks on that electronics link, anchor, I need to navigate. Then we have to use href. Navigate to which location? It should navigate to a ID called electronics. IDs are accessed by using hash electronics. Similarly, href, this should go to hash footwear. And href, this should go to hash fashion. That's how we define. Remember, when you are referring ID, capitalization, spelling, all should be correct. And IDs are referred by using hash. By using hash, we refer the ID. Now, when you run this, you see now links looks little different. Colors we can change. For link colors, you have to use styles. You have to put anchor. Anchor, which color you want. Anchor color, I want white. Okay. White is the anchor option I defined. So that is color is white. And one more point is generally for hyperlinks, by default underline will be there. I don't want underline. Then we can write text decoration as none. Text decoration none is to remove underline. And you can see that underline will be removed for that. Now, when user clicks on footwear, you see when user clicks on footwear, automatically it will take to that footwear topic. And when I click on fashion, it will take to that fashion topic. And see in the URL, you can see this is URI. I told you in the introduction. So you can directly access that ID here. At the top, you can access the ID, hash home. It will get me to the home. I can directly access that hash some electronics. So it will get to the electronics. You can click on this, footwear, fashion, electronics. You can scroll from there. You can scroll from there. And you can go to any topic directly. Suppose I want to add to home also. Then inside this navigation, add a list item, put an anchor. So anchor href is equal to hash home. And anchor will have a span. So class is equal to FA and FA home. And here we give the word as home. So that will be fine. It will navigate to that particular location and you can see that. So home, it gets to that home. So we can handle the navigation within the page from one location to another. This is intra-document navigation. Intra-document navigation is navigating within the location. right? Intra-document navigation is adding within that, right? So technically, it is handling the navigation within the page. It is not going outside the page. And